Hello, my name is Phian, and I will be making bánh bó, which is otherwise known as Vietnamese honeycomb cake. But first of all, I need to wash my hands before doing so. First things first, preheat the oven to 375 degrees. After doing so, make sure you put the pans that you will be putting your batter into the oven first for them to heat up. In this case, I will be using glass-resistant bowls. The ingredients to make bánh bó would be 5 eggs. Here you go. 5 eggs. 1 3/4 cup of coconut milk. 2 cups of sugar. 2 cups of tapioca starch, which could be found in most Asian stores. And 5 teaspoons of baking powder. There's a reason why they're separated. You'll find out later throughout this video. The next step is to stir together the coconut milk, which I've already poured into this pot, with the 2 cups of sugar over medium-high heat, which I will do right now. Don't pop. Now stop. After the sugar has fully dissolved in your coconut milk, the next step is to beat together your eggs. Now stop. Now when beating the eggs, it is recommended to use a fork because for this recipe you need to make sure that the egg yolk and the egg whites are fully mixed in together for it to be good. After fully beating your eggs together, so it should come out like this with no signs of the egg whites visible. Add in your tapioca starch. Oh my gosh, it's misty. And then 2.5 teaspoons of your 5 teaspoons of baking soda. And then fully stir it in together to the point where there's no more dough and it is a smooth mixture. After stirring together your eggs and dry ingredients, take your fully caramelized coconut milk and slowly drizzle. Don't dump the whole thing in. That doesn't help at all. It doesn't help with distributing the coconut milk throughout the whole mixture. So slowly, you could just do spoonfuls at a time. That's actually pretty much recommended. And slowly drizzle over your mixture while also stirring at the same time. Keep doing this until you use all of your caramelized coconut milk. After stirring together your caramelized coconut milk with your Vietnamese honeycomb cake mixture, add in your last remaining baking soda, which should be 2.5 teaspoons. Do you add that in? You'll notice that it'll start poofing up in a sense. So make sure you stir it in completely. And then you're almost done. Now after fully mixing together all your ingredients, now it's time to pour it into your bowls. So you have to take them out of the oven first. Make sure to wear an oven mitt when you do this. You don't want to burn your fingers off. It's not a fun experience at all. Alrighty. Now, you can either lay it out with a baking sheet or parchment paper, that or you can use a non-stick spray, like Pam. After doing so, it's now time to pour your batter into your pans, or in this case, bowls. What is a really good suggestion is don't fill them all the way to the top. Just fill them about halfway on one side. And halfway on the other. Now depending on your pan, this batter would probably be enough for one cake, but in this kind of occasion, it'll be for two. Alright, now here comes the confusing part. Set your temperature down to 330 degrees. The reason why we started at such a high temperature is for the oven to start heating up. But what you really want to do is to set the oven back to 330, pop your bánh bò or Vietnamese honeycomb cakes. Oh, be careful when you do it, sheesh. Into the oven. Oh goodness. No, this is probably over here. Oh boy. And then set it to 40 minutes. After 40 minutes has passed, change your temperature back to 375 degrees, just so your Vietnamese honeycomb cake can begin to brown and become a bit more crispy. And then set the timer to 15 more minutes. And after that, and some cooling time, your cake will be done.